All right, El Nino, I've been telling you it's coming and could be the strongest on record, but did you know what that is?
Yeah, do you really know what it is? In a KOIN 6 special report now, our Chief Meteorologist Kristen Dyke breaks it all down and shows us how it will impact our area this winter.
Off the Oregon coast, the water is cold. But let's head a few thousand miles south off the coast of South America, where the ocean is warm and this year much warmer than normal. This is what we call El Nino. This year the water is so warm that people are calling it the Godzilla El Nino or Super El Nino. It's being compared to the strongest El Nino ever recorded. That hit back in 1997. Mudslides made a mess in California. Floodwaters ravaged the southeast. Wintertime tornadoes tore through Florida. And the Midwest, which usually deals with very cold temperatures and feet of snow, had an extremely mild winter. So where did the snow and Arctic chill go? During El Nino, that warmer water off the coast of South America changes the jet stream, and that shifts the storm track, splitting it into two for a lot of the season. So you have the colder polar air staying to the north over Canada. Meanwhile, the warmer winter storms shift south over Southern California, and that leaves us caught in the middle for most of the season.
Last year showed us that when we need to, we can work miracles.
And there's no better place to explain the problems this can cause than in the mountains. You know those signs that tell you where you are, where you're skiing on the mountain? Usually they're not of that high. But by the time December gets here, so much snow has fallen that the base is at 60 to 80 inches and well over my head. But in an El Nino year, where colder air can be hard to come by, our snow levels can end up being higher, resulting in a lower snowpack. In a more typical winter at government camp, snow will actually cover these picnic tables for months at a time. But in a year like last year, it looked more like this all season long. But it's not always the case.
The last two Super El Ninos we had was the 97-98 season, when we received 385 inches of seasonal snowfall, and the 82-83 season when we had 620 inches, the second most amount of seasonal snow that we've ever had at Mount Hood Meadows.
Yeah, so both of those seasons, a lot more than what we got last year. So what should we expect with this year's El Nino? Well, we're going to see warmer than normal temperatures most likely, and probably less low elevation snow, and then possibly drier than normal conditions. And I say possibly there because that tends to go either way. But there is one new wrinkle in this year's El Nino, and that's the blob. You probably heard folks talking about that too, and it's still lurking off of our coast. And I'm going to talk about that, how the two could interact coming up tonight at 11, and how this outlook looks for us this year.
And that was going to be my question. They're different. The blob and El Nino are two different things.
Absolutely. Wait until you see the difference. So